Running a hybrid event is not just about live streaming your in-person event. It's a lot more than that. With a lot of event organizers trying to take their in-person events hybrid, there is a lot of lack of understanding, maybe misinformation. I just thought that it's a good time to create a short video on what exactly a hybrid event is and what you can do with a hybrid event. My name is Jay Chandar, and I'm the founder of Sarcon Technologies. Sarcon is an award-winning 3D virtual and hybrid events platform. We have done events across the globe for the top brands ranging from HP, LinkedIn, Xiaomi, you name it, to some of the top event organizers like MCI that have worked with us and used our technology to power their events. A hybrid event is basically about meshing your virtual event as well as your physical event in a very seamless way together, right? So what does that mean, right? So backing up a little bit, what can you do in a virtual event, right? So the best virtual events that you have, they are immersive virtual events. They are 3D 360, VR-like events that give a very immersive experience. They try and recreate almost everything that you have inside a physical event. But in a hybrid event, what you're trying to do is you're trying to mesh both these worlds together, right? So when you talk about 3D virtual events, they are pretty immersive. They are easy to use, for people who are sitting at home with their laptops, right? But when you're trying to get this in the hands of event attendees inside your in-person event, these become very difficult to use on mobile phones, right? So the first order of business is to have an interface for your virtual event, right? That is easy to use for your in-person attendees, right? As well as being immersive, right? Now, there are very few options in the market that offer you something like that, right? Because 3D events by nature are not very mobile friendly. And the vast majority of virtual events that you have, they are your 2D, which is your website-like experiences, but they are not very immersive. So your virtual audiences don't really get, the feel of your physical event. So to start off with, right, you need a system that gives you the best of both worlds. What this means is, say, if you're talking about your networking, right? So if I'm walking inside a virtual event, I should be able to take out my mobile, easily access the event, find who's inside this event, who's available virtually, be able to network with them, send messages, have video meetings if required, and vice versa, right? If I'm sitting at home, I can find out who are the other people and start interacting with them. If you're talking about, say, virtual booths, so you have a 3D booth that's there for people that are accessing using, their laptops, but the booth representative who's sitting at the venue, right? He can't have a laptop in front of him, right? He needs an interface that is very easy for him to start interacting with people who are coming in virtually, while at the same time interacting with, the physical in-person booth visitors. But you also need to step back a little bit and figure out a holistic solution right from your registration system. So when people are registering, you need to have different ticket types. If someone is only registering for your physical event, they should only receive the ticket with maybe the QR code that gets scanned at the event. If someone is only attending virtually, they should get the link and the passcode to the event. If someone has access to both, right, they should receive both of them. So the registration system that you have has to be very closely integrated with, your virtual system to work well. And then you have, say, your badge scanning, badge designing systems, your door management systems. If you want to, for example, email people, you should be able to email all your attendees in one shot. If you just want to email, say, the virtual attendees, having it in a single dashboard in your backend is going to make it easier to communicate just with those people. If I'm looking at the analytics of the event, I should have, say, a single dashboard where I click on one tab and it shows me all the stats for my virtual attendees. I click on another tab, it shows me all the stats for my physical check-in, what's happening at my physical event. So ideally, we want a single system that's able to let you manage both the physical as well as the virtual aspect of your event. A lot of in-person event organizers don't like to make their event virtual because, if people can access your content online, why will they actually come in person? There is technology that is available where you can set up your system in such a way that only people who are not in the city where you're running your event can actually access your event virtually, right? You can actually restrict people based on geography, right? For example, if you're running your event in Dubai, you can make sure that anyone that's there in Dubai cannot watch your sessions. So then you have the best of both worlds. And before we wrap up, the live streaming bit that I had started off with, that is obviously very important, right? So how it works in a hybrid event is you're going to have speakers. Some of them are going to be on site, some of them are going to be virtual, and the same is for your audience as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to have the physical speakers who are there, they're going to be on the stage. You're going to have a virtual stage right behind that so that your virtual speakers are going to join on that, right? And you have an environment where both your physical as well as your virtual speakers are there visible, right, in one frame, right? And this you are going to live stream into your virtual events platform, right? So that's the streaming bit, but now you also require engagement, right? So your virtual platform should have features for engagement like Q&A, right? Being able to chat with other attendees, being able to, show their reaction in terms of how they are reacting to the various points inside the session. While at the same time, you also want your in-person attendees to have a very seamless mobile experience wherein they can easily take part in polls, right? They can ask their questions if they want. And the same goes for the sessions as well. When I take my phone out, I should be easily able to search for the various sessions that I'm interested in, maybe create my own schedule, very much like the conferencing apps that you would have been used to in your physical events. That is how your experience has to be on your phone. So that's basically it. If you would like to talk a little more about how to make your events hybrid, we're going to share our contact details over here, and you can reach out to one of our experts and they'll help you out. Thank you.